Alright everyone, it's Hugh Sweeney here and I'm back today with another video. And in this video today, I'm gonna put together this rig from SmallRig. As you can see, I've sort of got it together already. This is the Black Mamba rig that they sent me recently just to try out for the Canon R5C camera. This rig is pretty much the same for other cameras such as the R5, R6, I do believe. Now, I'm not overly familiar with rigs. I don't really normally shoot with rigs, but since getting the R5C, this is sort of a necessary evil for me. So in this video, I'm going to put this together with other little accessories that I've picked up myself from SmallRig. And I'll add a few bits in the mix as well, like a monitor battery that I just picked up. So while I screw this bad boy together, I will let you know my thoughts on the Black Mamba rig from SmallRig, because I do think that they're doing nice things. I quite like it so far. I think the build quality is really good. Plus, the engineering and the sort of overall smartness of this, it's very clever. And it makes life easy for us guys, because as I said, my first rig many years ago was an absolute disaster. I actually spent like 1,200 euros on it. It was from a company called Landpart, and I shot one little thing with it and I just put it to bed. So as you can see there, what I did first of all was I took off the lens just to get the camera in, and the camera just flips in very easily, and the bottom screw goes in there. Like any rig, the most important thing is that the camera is well clamped up inside the rig, and I can safely say that that is a good thing here with this bad boy, because as you screw this camera in, it really locks it in place. Now, as well as the bottom screw, there are one or two little small screws. Now you got to be careful not to lose these. I actually have a little box inside for all my kind of SmallRig parts to keep them all together. So since I got the other parts there from SmallRig, they've sent me little bits and pieces, little screws, Allen keys. I have enough Allen keys now to actually own my own Allen key shop. Hughes Allen keys and coffee. You gotta have coffee everywhere these days, don't you? So that's that, and then we have this little guy. This is a little sort of a camera strap replacement which goes in the side here because the camera strap is sort of blocked by the rig, so they're just putting in their own one here. So there's another one sort of pre-built on the other side of the camera. What this does is it just forms another locking point in which the camera is kind of wedged in. The top handle, as I said, it already screws in. There are other top handles you can get. I am wondering if this is the best possible one for me. I'm not fully sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay, so that essentially is the kind of bare elements, the basic rig, the Black Mamba rig from SmallRig for the R5C. And I think it's quite nice. So there's lots of fixings here. So first things first, let's get the awkward bit out of the way. And this to me is the awkward bit. This is the cable protector that comes with the rig, and this is something you're definitely going to want to use. Believe it or not, I have a little chunk of this left aside inside in a box. You're going to have to watch the flaps here when you put in the cable protector, because it will inevitably cover the flap if you don't do that. Okay, so the cable protector is kind of loosely in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put in my cables for now at the early stage. So I'm going to whack in, get our USB in there. This is the extension cable, also from SmallRig. I really hate these micro HDMIs. You know what? There's an R5 Mark II coming out, and it has full-size HDMI. I think everyone's going to want the R5 Mark II. And I'm even wondering, should I have held out for the R5 Mark II? I think if they have newer video features, I think that it could leave the R5C a little bit redundant. The R5 will still be a thing because people will be able to get it cheaper. These screws aren't my favorite thing in the world about this rig. I'm actually after reaming that one out. So they actually tighten in the cables. I don't really like them. They're very big. They're hard to turn on their own. I think SmallRig should probably change those to something else. Yeah, even if you have to use a wrench. So we've room there to get our headphones and our mics in, but as you can see, the flaps are a pain in the ass. So base plate will go on here on the bottom. Yeah, I might as well do this. Okay, we have more nuts. Wow. I usually like, if it's a possibility, I like to use 2 screws on the bottom of something. Just gonna put that in there. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. So now we have our little base plate thingy on, and we're just gonna roughly jam in some of these thingies. These are the tubes, carbon fiber, quite nice. That's one thing you have to bear in mind with these rigs is you have to watch the weight. The weight does add up. Okay, this is the battery V-mount plate. So there's probably different ways of mounting this. I could mount it flat like that if I want. I don't know exactly what screws to use, but these ones seem to fit. So I'm just basically, I'm putting the battery vertically. Now, I thought that this would actually allow me to hinge the battery up and down. It doesn't seem to be doing that. Now, this was expensive. I don't want to have to buy another one. So we're just going to put the battery plate like this. What I might do is just leave the tubes flush at the end there, crank that up, let them just out a tiny bit. So now we have battery plate in position. I'm just going to push that so that I have just enough room. What I used to do before was put the battery down here so that it was just hanging below the actual camera, so to speak. Yeah, the whole rigged battery plate with screen, you know, I mean, I can go like that. Obviously, I can use the screen that way, so that's going to be okay. But sometimes you like to just have the screen on the back, so then the battery is going to go in like that. Very satisfying. Now we do have a bit of cable slack. Might have been an idea to put it out the bottom actually. Have it going the other way. For now, I won't worry about that. Yeah, cables can be a pain in the ass, can't they? Jesus, yeah. Maybe I'll cable tie it in like that or something. Now, I do have a thing called a lens protector, which is a little bit sort of not suitable. Oh wow, it's just about gone on there. It's obviously kind of throwing off the rig a little bit should you want to put it down. You don't need it for this lens, but if you want to use a bigger lens, it's nice to have it. And it's quite nice. Just this sticks out a good bit. We're getting into kind of rig territory, really. I'll just get a microphone now. This is the little Sennheiser microphone that I've been using. I forget what it's called. It's a 414 or something like that. I forget what it's called. Forgive me for not knowing. The one thing I will say about this microphone is make sure that you don't accidentally hit the switch off the side, the phantom power switch, preamp switch, because if you hit that, it's going to actually cut your amplification completely and you're just going to have this faint recording. And that's happened to me with this microphone. It's a great little mic. Other than that, you just leave a battery in it and it just lasts for months. Now, this handle is sort of on the side here. I like this handle. This is a revolvable handle that I got from SmallRig. Rotating handle, and it locks up really accurately. Once you lock it up, it doesn't there's no play. It's very, very good, and it's expensive. It's about 100 euros. That handle is actually as expensive as the rig itself. Slide that down this way. So we've the cable for the microphone has gone below that. I have no problem with that. So you can, you think you're going to push that button, you don't. That button does nothing. There's a little lever here and it locks up that handle. So I'm holding that whole handle there now. So what I've done here is I've actually just fitted a little iFootage mount there. The red mount looks kind of cool. That sort of frees up a little bit of space there. I can put the HDMI in there. Now I don't have a SmallRig monitor mount. I forgot to order one. I will get one. But as of now, I'm just going to use this Manfrotto little ball head thing. It actually works quite well. But the problem is with this can slip. This bottom part. And the very first day I used this, I had my Atomos Ninja my Ninja 7-inch one, the big expensive one. I spent like 1,400 euros on it. And I had it mounted on my GH5 camera with this, and I had the camera up on my shoulder and the monitor slipped off, the recorder I should say, slipped off thanks to this. And it landed on concrete. Yeah, it's a little bit clunky for up here. Now one thing I noticed about this rig is that when using that there, it infringes on your use of the handle. So there's another mount here that I need to get a fixing for. Maybe I can get a fixing for that. That's going to put it a little bit lower if I do that. As of now, the monitor is going to be a bit high for my liking, but we'll do it nonetheless. So now we're just going to screw this in. So HDMI in, up on top there, we have a little 90-degree fixture there. So I can rotate this little guy here. Keep that out of the way. Don't want that bumping into the mic either. Keep that like that. Now, that's kind of the rig. Just need to put a filter set on there. Yeah, that can happen later. Only if I'm shooting outdoors. Let's turn this monitor on. This is a new monitor I've got from Shinobi. It's lovely. It's quite affordable, and it's a wireless monitor, and they sent that to me to do a review on. And I have some transmitters, meaning that, you know, I'm worried about focus today here. I could have this just beside me and a transmitter on the camera, and I could be checking my focus. So that's quite solid. That's not bad. It's working okay. I mean, it's pretty crazy when you're used to just shooting with the camera on its own and you go back to this. Switching out lenses, I don't know how that's going to work. At the moment I have this thing here. Now I have a little problem here in that I'm not seeing what's on the monitor of my R5C. I am now, actually, when it's out to the side here. We need to do a little bit of cable management and see what we can do here. Maybe we can sort of cable tie some stuff up. But yeah, I can see I can see all the screens and stuff are on now. So would I be better off hand holding the camera with this setup? Maybe I would. Quite like the microphone on the side. It's kind of cool looking. So that's that. One last thing I need to do is just mount a plate on the bottom, but you don't need to see me doing that. Tripod plate, that's one from iFootage as well. So that is my new camera rig. So some final thoughts on the SmallRig Black Mamba. I think it's great value. It's a complete no-brainer to have a rig like this. For the corporate gigs, it's great, you know, because if you're doing tripod stuff and you have a nice monitor set up, a little mic like this as well, you can attach some stuff and, you know, a field recorder or whatever, get it all set up in front of you. It's kind of easier like that than just using the camera on its own and trying to plug stuff in. So I think that's fine. I'm going to make a few tweaks and, you know, come back, watch this space. I might redo a few little bits and pieces. But for now, I think this will do me great. So thanks for watching, guys. And until the next video, I will chat to you soon. Leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to me, the Irish camera guy, the guy who isn't from Canada. So that's it, guys. Until the next time, I'll see you. It's over and out. Take care.